It'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Jakob Poeltl out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Barnes in at the point.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed. You know, if you guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr., he can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots from inside or outside the arc.
Now here's Anthony. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
And that is first class right there. Can you believe that dunk?
I'm not sure, Greg, I can. The Magic shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And Gary Trent Jr. certainly has some impressive stats as a result of his skills as a scorer.
Jay, how about 5 30-point games in a row? How about 9 threes in a single game? If he finds his rhythm, he can cause you a lot of trouble.
Now, Siakam. Following the miss by Gary Harris from deep. Barnes kicks to Anunoby. Takes the three. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
This is one of the best aspects of Anunoby's game. Let someone else initiate, you finish the job.
Banchero is screen for Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Here's Siakam following the bucket by Orlando. Really left alone that time. Barnes has got a couple of threes now in the first for Toronto.
Doesn't take many. Scotty Barnes, money on that three.
Here's Anthony. 5 points in the game. The pass to Banchero. Back to Anthony. Clock at 6. Can't get it to fall. Toronto's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
For 3. Kept alive. Here's Poeltl. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Got to be on the lookout for Poeltl crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Fultz comes in for Gary Harris. The Raptors also with a sub. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Trent. Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
And that's a foul. It's called on Cole Anthony. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Siakam misses.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Anthony, the pass to Fultz. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Anthony on the double team. Passes it to Poeltl. For 3, Siakam. It's hauled in by the Magic. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. He talked to me about the importance of protecting the rim, challenging opponents at the top of the jump, and making it difficult for them to convert easy baskets. But to have a chance of that, they have to expend energy getting back in transition, which will help close down those driving lanes. So guys, we'll see where their energy lies throughout this game.
Okay, David, much appreciated. The Magic trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Misses the 3. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Anunoby passes to Purdy. Anunoby against Fultz. Count the basket. That's 7 points for OG Anunoby.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Fultz against Schroeder. Count it, good.
And Fultz is tough to contain. Even when you rough him up, he still gets the job done.
On the wing, Anunoby. Barnes outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Toronto ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Please give a big round of applause.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Well, in my opinion, the way the 3 has been falling for them here early on, you have to think they'll keep firing away.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Markelle Fultz out there with Anthony, and it's Ingles in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
And so Fultz nails them both. Greg, you look at a player putting up big numbers on a losing team. How do you determine if those are quality numbers, so to speak?
You know, Kevin, it's a great question because somebody's going to put up points or collect rebounds or get assists. So, you know, you look at efficiency, you look at effort, and there's no doubt that you can have winning players on losing teams.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And as I watch Cole out there, Kevin, I just love the progression he's made. The young man's put the work in to improve his game and really only starting to scratch the surface.
For Cole Anthony, GA, this team believes in his future.
I mean, he's a competitive kid and knows how to play the right way. And now he understands how to play winning basketball. And that's no bias from me. That's just my analysis.
Anthony kicks to Isaac. Pass to Fultz. No good that time. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Now, here's Siakam. He's got 8, and Barnes gets double-teamed. 5 to shoot. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. That's on Jonathan Isaac.
And when you look at Pascal Siakam, he has only gotten better.
Yes, GA, having his best seasons the last 3 years, averaging over 20 points, and he's a rebounding machine.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Now, here's Fultz. Knocked away. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so here's Toronto. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Anthony against Schroeder. Here's Pirtle. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Pirtle's got his second basket of the night.
He's a consistent finisher close to the bucket. Pirtle's got great hands.
Now a timeout called by Orlando for the Magic. Banchero's checked in for Isaac. And it's Franz Wagner in for Fultz. Trent's checked in for Toronto. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Here's Trent after the made shot from Cole Anthony. Siakam finds Trent, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Improving as a passer, Siakam showing a willingness to get it to open teammates.
And it's Ingles off the drive.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's Anunoby. Nobody near Barnes. Offensive rebound, Pirtle. He's on target from 8 feet out. Pirtle's got his third bucket of the night.
Using that added strength and aggression, Pirtle is able to power through contact for the finish at the rim.
1:07 left here in the second. Anthony kicks to Wagner. And the three off target. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Pass to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Tries again. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 8.
Even against contact, Jakob Pirtle stays strong. A guy his size won't get tripped up very easily.
Wagner with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Ingles can't get it to go.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
From deep, Trent. Ingles with the rebound. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
Beautiful move by Siakam. It takes a well-coordinated athlete to stop on a dime and shoot that jumper with touch.
Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
So for Toronto right now, sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Siakam is out there with Pirtle, and it's Barnes in at the 1.
And as OG develops the rest of his skill set, this is one thing he can rely upon, that three-point shot.
Smitty, OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game in England. OG's hoping to open up some paths to the NBA for young players from the UK.
And Barnes gets double-teamed. Pirtle finds Anunoby. Toronto working the ball around now. Nice shot by Pirtle.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Wagner with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And here's Anthony for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Anthony's got 12.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Pirtle, the pass to Siakam. The high post shot. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Carter kicks to Wagner. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Wagner's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Siakam outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Wendell Carter Jr. Greg, one of the better rebounders in the NBA.
And Kevin, his numbers kind of sneak up on him. I mean, great job of clearing the glass and getting the break started. Still underrated as a rebounder, but is making a name for himself.
Carter outside. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Can't connect from short range. Toronto leading by 21. Trent with the wide open look. And again, no good by Toronto.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Wagner's checked in for Wendell Carter. Isaac comes in for Banchero. Suggs, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Cole Anthony. Poked away. Anunoby against Wagner. And again, Toronto no luck. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Siakam with it, now guarded by Fultz. And the pass to Pirtle. On the wing, Anunoby gets it to go from beyond the arc. Anunoby's got 13.
We've talked about it. Be ready when your number's called. OG Anunoby's very accountable, and he's been very active on the offensive end.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Barnes, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Markelle Fultz. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top. And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction.
Fultz against Barnes. Fultz kicks to Suggs. Shot clock at 6. Over Trent. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Pirtle. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Pirtle's got 4 points in the quarter. 59 seconds left in the third. And here's Fultz. Pass to Suggs. To stop the drought. And Pirtle sends it back.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
Here's Siakam. That one, no good. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Fultz. Isaac a screen. Launches a three. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Isaac's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Here's Pirtle, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Toronto ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll have the start of the... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Filling the perimeter, it's Suggs and Wagner. Wagner is out there with Banchero, and it's Fultz, and at the point, Fultz is out there for Orlando.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Pass to Banchero. His three-pointers off the mark. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Schroeder passes to Achua. Back to Schroeder. From outside the arc, and again, Toronto with the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Banchero with the ball. And it's Trent picking him up. Fultz, no good. For Toronto, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Banchero. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Orlando on D. Schroeder finds Achua.
And the Magic right now, missing that franchise player, might have one of their young talents develop into that, but currently they lack that star.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Raptors.
It's just a passing clinic from them in this game. Solid communication and unselfish play all around.
And we're also seeing a lot from them at the arc in this one. Tonight, it's been all about that 3-ball for these guys.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Fultz. Pass to Banchero. Now here's Fultz. Covered by Achua. 6 to shoot. Stolen by McDaniels. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Drawing contact inside. Dennis Schroeder using his reach and quickness to compensate for his height disadvantage.
And as we know, Greg, the NBA is a star-driven league.
Hard to contend without a top 10 player on the roster. The Magic have been patient in their approach, and one player taking a leap this season would be huge.
The pass to Suggs. Fultz against Schroeder. Now here's Fultz. Just 5 on the clock. Wagner outside. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the middle. Here's Trent. Oh!
Yes! Yes!
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Good decision from Chris Boucher, wanting to get his teammates involved.
Schroeder against Fultz. Deep two from Wagner. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 3 assists now in this one. To the inside. Here's Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
First team foul.
Fultz with the ball. Feeds to Banchero.
The long arm of the law, Boucher right on top of that shot.
And it's Banchero missing.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jakob Poeltl.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And it's Wagner missing, and the Raptors with possession. They're on a 17-5 run here. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by McDaniels, no good. And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. He dishes it to Banchero. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Schroeder surveying the floor. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out.